All right, I'm back from Chicago. Um,
How's
and
America?
well, fortunately, the tournament wasn't held in O Block. It was held in Schaumburg, which is a bit out of the city actually and stuff. And it was awesome. Very cool. So, uh, no Malort this time because I did it in Texas. I already had my annual quota of Malort. Fuck off with that.
Mhm.
Um, but no, the deal with Combo Breaker for years had been like, yeah, I've been told you gotta go, you gotta go, and shout out to the Bestaban who said he's like, okay, if you go to 2 tournaments a year, go to Evo, go to Combo Breaker. If you can
Mhm.
only go to one, go to Combo Breaker. And I was
Really?
like, what? And he's like,
Really? But Evo's the fucking it's
that's,
the world
and I was like,
championship.
what the fuck? Whoa. Damn's fighting words. That's crazy. And yeah, and the deal is that when you go and you see what's up, it makes perfect sense because Combo Breaker, I signed up for it in 2020, and then I actually planned to go then. That was going to be my first one. Then it got canceled, so couldn't go. Got the merch though. That was cool. So this is properly like a redo. It is what Evo was before Mandalay Bay. It is old Evo vibes.
Oh.
And that sentence implies that like it's almost like, oh, before it got like spoiled. And I don't want that to be
You get shot?
the energy because uh Evo becoming a larger crazy thing, I'm like, whoa, holy shit, fighting games in this massive commercial space and becoming this large like esport product thing is wild. I didn't think that was possible. Seeing it in going in and watching it in the round, I've talked about like that is a fucking nice spiritual experience of like UFC arena, giant 12,000 people watching a main stage where people are fucking playing. It's insane. It's awesome. I love that. But this is the energy of when I walked into Caesar's Palace, right? When they had it in previous venues. This is kind of like going back to the 2012 like Evo or even before, where
Mhm.
as you get there, it's like very, very. It's a dense space. It's a massive ballroom, and there's 5 screens on each of the four of the far walls, and they're all
Mhm.
streaming main games and other and games that are not as popular, and everything's getting attention. You know, um, it's the only place where, and this is what it's known for. But like, if you're unfamiliar, Combo Breaker is known for being the tournament that runs everything. Whatever game you like, no matter how
Oh, okay.
obscure, everyone comes to it and everyone plays like and revitalizes old games, right? It's named after obviously Killer Instinct, and it's
Right.
that's the main thing it's about. But I was able to enter and participate in a Samurai Showdown tournament that had
Oh my God.
70 people in it. That's
That must be everyone.
that's crazy. That is unheard of. That size bracket for a game like that is nuts, and the same for all other small games, right? If you're a fan of, if you want to play Darkstalkers, if you want to play Cyberbots, DNF, like all these games that, are just like obscure. Aska 120% going off in the corner and mystery game shit. Incredible. It's just a really cool place where, like, again, you actually have the biggest bracket you're going to get for any old games that you're a fan of. When they have their Third Strike setups, they've got them running on arcade hardware in a corner of the BYOC room. It's just a really awesome vibe to see. Like, yeah, like there was, you got your main stage, Street Fighter 6, you got Tekken running, you got Strive, and then someone's running like you got like Ultra Street Fighter 4 brackets running, and that was on one of the big screens at the same
Mhm.
time, and then behind again you're seeing like you're running your whatever anime game from the past bit. It's like, yeah, they're running Strive, but but there's Exerd, there's Plus R, you got, and just everything is in there. So it is just really cool to experience that, and the overall like way that it runs to is insanely smooth and just well organized, and it's no wonder that Rick the Hadu took over for Evo and runs Evo, but still runs Combo Breaker as well, because dude runs a tight ship, a smooth tournament experience, incredible. You know, everything just moves like no hiccups of any kind that I saw, and also like some real fun and thoughtful consideration to the layout that I don't see at other events, where the artist's alley in a lot of cases is kind of pick a spot, they're all in there, and then you just plunk them down in the corner somewhere, and then that's what it is. Here, what's happening is you've got the main room with all the main stages. You've got a side room with like bring your own console and side tournaments and other things going on. But throughout the hallways and the main room and the side room, you've got vendors and artist alleys lining the walls the whole way through.
Oh, that's a cool way to do that.
So they're always around and they're always there. No matter what room you're in, no matter what you're checking out, you're mixing in the games, the pools, the vendors, and the artists.
And that's extra good for the vendors because that means they're guaranteed to have constant foot traffic
everywhere,
even from people who aren't going to. I want to go to the vendors.
That's it.
They're just like little streets in between the things people are going to anyway.
All the main points of interest are like the journey to them, and then at them is lined with people who have booths of interesting stuff to check out.
Oh, that's good. That's
really good. Yeah, and then they've got their arcade room, and then in the arcade room as well, you have all the cabinets set up, and then around at the top on the arcade, you have the some indie fighters set up there as well. So the same place that you're going to play, anywhere that people are interested in doing the thing, there's also the tables, you know, going on. So it's really, really smart how that was set up, and I was very impressed. And, you know, not to mention, like, yeah, the cool art and the style and the everything about the, I guess, like, kind of, it's, you can tell. So, like, finding out, it's like, oh, yeah, Rick was, like, an artist and is, like, he cares a lot about the aesthetic of that stuff. I was like, oh, yeah, I can see it, because you see, like, the Awesome Combo Breaker logo. They have a really nice little mural of, like, all the characters from, like, various games, obscure and or popular. And then the main slogan, no coasts, no kings, which is fucking fire. That's a good ass.
That's a good one.
That's a good one, you know. Yeah, it was a great like first experience with this, and it's wild because I'm like, as someone who's been, you know, FGC for so long, like it's always like, wait, really? You've never? And it's like, yeah, man, traveling from Canada, I got to pick my spots, you know. But
Canada, I don't know if a lot of people are familiar with this. Canada is farther away than it actually looks because America is bigger than it is.
Wait, don't you mean Canada is bigger than it is?
No, because, I mean, most of the trip to Canada is actually within the U.S.
Yes.
Like, you're going from Montreal to Chicago, right?
Okay. Yes.
So you're essentially doing, like, New York to Chicago, plus a little bit.
It's just also when I look at, like, an atlas and I see North America, and I'm like, oh, that's a fucking triangle, and, like, we're the top thick part. But I've seen maps where when it's adjusted for the curvature of a globe, you think they're almost the same size, but they're really not. Anyway, shit takes time. And it's difficult, and you gotta pick your spots.
It's farther than you think it is.
Yeah, it was. Oh, I see. The convention center that it took place in was where DashCon Ball Pit took place as well.
That's right, man.
Good to know. And I had these weird flashes of deja vu, because I'm also like, I feel like I've been to that convention center before, and I've also been to like the burger place that was nearby. So I'm like, I don't know but it wasn't for like Frosty. So I'm like, I don't know what was going on. But in any case, really, really fucking sick event. And obviously, as a major fighting game event too, that's where I'm just gonna spend the entire weekend running into my people, you know what I mean? So it was really cool to see a lot of you guys that were out there, and you know, in the context of like, you know, some people are out there spectating. I saw Dash Zero came through, that was cool, you know. I was like, oh shit, in the flesh. That was awesome. And that's
always really strange when like long time chatter viewer, etc., becomes human.
Yeah, and I have to tell them, because there's a lot of times where I've had the experience of someone coming up and like having a conversation. I'm like, okay, cool, all right, we'll take it easy, you know. And they go, oh, what was your name again? And then like they flip the badge around, and I'm like, what the fuck? You've been around for years. I know you. Can you open with that shit? Come on, you know. Like I'm
Hey, I'm Jerry. I don't know any Jerrys.
multiple times I've had that where someone just like, I mean, shit, I told the Quiet Viking story before already, right? Where I had that where, yeah, Quiet Viking is like, we're at ComboCon, like, didn't open with that, talked for at least an hour or two. Like, it was a while before it's like, oh, yeah, by the way.
It wouldn't even have helped because Quiet Viking, like, he's got a really, really, really common first names.
But still, just like, there's a shot, if you've been around and you know, you've been around for a while, there's a pretty good shot. I know exactly what's up. And I'm like, hey, it's you. How you doing? You know, put a name to the face. And oh yeah, exactly. There you are. So if they're just open with that shit, y'all, don't do that fucking last second. Oh yeah, I'm out. And then it's like, I've literally had more conversations with you online than here in person, and you're just fronting. So no, that was cool. And what's also fun is seeing some folks that are just like, oh, yo, what's up, hey, and you know, talking about getting into the fighting games in general and bringing friends out and all that. And it's like, yeah, awesome. All right, well, you entering any stuff? And it's like, oh yeah, a couple things here and there. It's like, all right, we'll have a good tournament, you know. And then going and sitting down and looking up and seeing that same person winning DNF duel and being like, oh shit, you're actually a god. And then multiple people that throughout the weekend being like, oh yeah, I saw them later and they have a medal around their neck. And I'm like, oh, you didn't say that you were a fucking beast. Holy shit.
So,
you know,
I'm just going to butt in for a little bit because I had my Get Out of Fighting Game stream earlier this week, which included primarily me playing against people from my chat. And people in my chat, got really a lot better over the year that Street Fighter 6 has been out, because those two sets of streams went very differently, because the last one was you should stop playing fighting games and these were I should stop playing because I got my fucking ass pushed in.
Did the intro get role reversed? Were you in the middle of the ring?
Oh yeah, no, it beat me up real bad.
No, man, there's secret killers out there that are real humble, and it's only by, you know, Sunday where you're just like, what the fuck? Like, you're one of the best on the planet at this game. I didn't, you know, the theme the entire time was the fucking the Shaq picture, you know. I owe you an apology. I was not familiar with your game. You know.